Thank you for taking some time for yourself. You might begin to wonder whether it's possible if you can allow yourself to simply notice what's happening on the inside right now without needing to fix or change anything just yet. And whether your attention can gently rest here, right where you are, as you settle deeper into comfort, as you listen to my voice. You can find that effortless focus, letting thoughts come and go, like clouds drifting by. You can allow your body to soften, your breath to deepen, your mind to become more open, more curious. Have you noticed whether your mind tends to jump forward, imagining worst case scenarios, catastrophizing what might happen? So natural to try and prepare for the future. But sometimes that future feels overwhelming, doesn't it? And if you've ever experienced that rush, the rapid heartbeat, the tight chest, you already know how these feelings can respond to those imagined possibilities. You can allow yourself to notice what that experience is like in your body and your mind. There was someone I knew who often found their mind pulling them towards the future, imagining everything that could possibly go wrong. You know, the kind of spiral. What if this happens? What if that falls apart? What if they don't come through in time? For them, anxiety wasn't a shout, but more of a quiet tug, pulling their thoughts and breath away into that swirling storm of worry. But what they discovered was this: the mind's a bit like a busy train station. Thoughts come and go like trains, some fast, some noisy, some headed for worst case scenarios. Just because a train arrived at the platform didn't mean they had to hop on. They learned to pause, to step back from the edge, feel their feet firmly on the ground and breathe deeply. And inside was as if there was a small switch, one that could shift them smoothly back into the calm of the present moment, where they were safe and steady. They realized they weren't the future. They weren't the anxious train. They were simply the watcher, quietly choosing which journey to take. There was someone who often caught themselves caught in those spirals. They needed something familiar, how their body would tighten, their thoughts would race and their energy would shift. It was like their energy was sending a warning signal, a signal their mind and body had learned to react to long ago. But over time, they began to see that they didn't have to respond the same way every time. They started to allow themselves a choice to either listen to the alarm or take a slow, deep breath and invite calm instead. Perfect. And with each breath, they found a little more space to respond differently more gently, more wisely. Imagine now looking at anxiety from many levels, like looking through a window and seeing your thoughts, feelings and sensations all at once. You might see it as a visitor, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, but never the whole story of who you are. You can experience this spaciousness, this flexibility, knowing that it doesn't have to define you, that you can hold multiple perspectives at once. And now imagine you're standing in a fork in a quiet forest path. One leads forward into the unknown, the other invites you to stop and simply rest beneath the trees. When you feel that pull, the restless urge to rush ahead, you can ask yourself, is this the moment to take a step forward, or to pause and breathe in the stillness? Deep inside, there's a wise, calm traveler who knows exactly when the journey calls for movement and when it calls for waiting, soaking in the peace of the present moment. With each choice you make at this fork, you'll find it easier and easier to trust that inner guide, pausing, breathing, and simply being right here, right now. You can experience the sensation of stepping slightly apart from your feelings, like watching waves from the shore rather than being swept away. Feel that space open up inside you. The ability to observe without being overwhelmed. You can allow yourself to amplify this skill, this calm awareness that lets you stay in the present moment, no matter what your mind tries to do. And as you practice this, you can notice how skillful and deliberate you are becoming, how each moment you choose presence over panic, you are strengthening your calm. You can silently say to yourself, I am capable, I am calm, I am choosing peace. And feel the truth of those words settling deep inside. You can imagine how this ability to observe and choose will grow. Not just here in this session, but any time you feel it creeping in, whether at work, at home, or anywhere else, you can carry this clarity with you like a gentle shield, soft, flexible, powerful. Perfect. And now when you're ready, you can bring your awareness back fully to this room, to your breath, to the surface beneath you, and know that this calm, this presence is here. You will open your eyes when it feels right, refreshed, centered, peaceful, wriggling your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath, stretch out, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect just as you are.